to the screen. So first thing is today, like yesterday, it was very nice to see, but I had about 75, I think it was close to 80 participants, and I had people that had arias, marquis, grand marquis, easy 10s, easy 4s, the new estes, journeys, fanfares, all across the board, and I knew it was going to happen. So what I did is I want to prepare something that anybody can take home today for their instrument and utilize. So the first thing I have on the screen there, if you're looking at it, it just says, be familiar with the most important features on your instrument. Now, this is just a small list. So regardless of what instrument you have 3, 4, or all of these features on your instrument. For those who are a little newer at this, or are just getting reacquainted with your instrument, just be familiar with where these features are, because over time, these are just some of the topics we're going to be talking about. We've got rhythm styles. Obviously, everybody has that. Every instrument has style setups or rhythm presets. Most instruments have song recordings, your glide settings. Just be familiar with where they're at. Today, we're not going to talk about a lot of these, but I wanted to kind of preface it with just kind of, and you're going to get a copy of this. I'm going to remind you that several times. But today we're going to explore something basic that's near and dear to our heart, and that's exploring rhythm styles, music styles. Now I'm going to pull up a screen here. Now I'm not going to show every instrument, but I chose most of the models that are all in common with each other. So you'll see on the screen, it has our new SD Discovery 3. The Freedom 3, you can see they're very similar. That's what the musical styles are. I'm going to refer to these panels throughout the workshop. I'm going to make mention of these. You'll see there's a Styles 2 button, so the Freedom 3 is a little different. I have the Easy 10. I put the Easy 10 because the Easy 1, 2, 3, 4, and 10 have a similar panel. So that's just a quick snapshot of that. For the more elite styles, I have a Prestige on the screen. Obviously, that's where your rhythm styles are. If you have an SU series, a Royale, Stardust, Performer, Sensation, Grand Royale, Platinum, etc., you'll see that we have all of the styles look similar to that. If you have a Journey, an Inspire, Rialto, Marquis Aria, they all look similar to that Inspire category, the panel. Obviously, some of them have a little bit more. And then for those of you who have the Symphony, Sterling, the new Symphony, the Sterling, the Liberty, Patriot, that's what the panel looks like. Again, you're going to get these this PDF, this PowerPoint in a PDF today. The first thing I'm going to do, this is where I hope it sounds good, but we're going to showcase a song called Gentle on My Mind. I wanted to choose something simple. And what I'm going to do is take just about 30 seconds or so, and you're going to listen to the song. So hopefully you stay muted. So just listen. I have just a real quick recording. Was just a real quick recording of Gentle on My Mind. Now I'm going to go to the sheet music page.
I heard nothing.
I'm sorry. I played it. I don't know if you heard it or not. Did anybody hear it?
I heard it, Robert.
It's just fine, Robert.
Yep,
It's
sounds
fine,
good
Robert.
to me.
Okay, so Clement, that was you who said you didn't hear it?
Correct.
All right, we're gonna have to talk afterwards
Okay.
on, and maybe send me an email afterwards with your phone number. I'll give you a call, and
Robert.
maybe I can get this recording of this video because I'm recording this today. So we'll
Okay.
talk.
Hey,
That's all
Robert,
right.
it's
Keep in mind, this is just the first go around today. You know, keep in mind, we're gonna have some issues, but we're gonna improve on it as time goes on. I plan on doing
Robert.
this workshop again next week, just different material or something different. So be patient.
Robert. It's
Okay.
Peter.
He
It's
can't
Peter.
hear you.
This is Margie, and I heard it.
Okay, very
Robert,
good.
some
I'm
people are
going to
trying to
continue
talk to
now.
you.
I'm going to continue now. Let me just get out of this for just a second so I can pull it back up. Give me just a moment. And all right, so let me go back to the screen share, pull up the, okay. So you see the music there. As you can see, the music is simple, easy play music that most people can play, should be able to play. Now what I'm gonna do is, you see that little video on the bottom there? I recorded that not too long ago, very quickly on my little SD Freedom 3 that I have here. And I'm just gonna play, it's a very short recording. That was done on there. Now take a look at the screen here. So the question is what styles do I use for that? Well, what's really interesting about this is you can use certain styles for songs, and then those styles will also work for other songs. So as you can see, I have elite and basic intermediate models. What I'm going to do is start with the elite for a moment. It says Mr. in parentheses, gentle mind. There's a reason for that. There are some organs that actually have a style called gentle mind, which obviously was the original recording you heard. But if you play it, it's kind of designed for that song. Bill Curry did something kind of interesting for the symphony where he was able to put that style on that instrument. And because of all of the logistical reasons, he titled it Mr. Gentle Mind. But I have something on here that should work for everybody. So if you have gentle mind, great. If you have a basic or an intermediate model, even if you have an elite model, all of these styles should work. So pop, make a note. Pop, guitar standard, is a style that should be on the Easy Series instrument. The mellow in the country, mellow is actually on an Easy 1, an Easy 2, because it may not have the guitar standard. Mellow is also on our new Discovery 3 by SD. And then the country acoustic guitar. Now, here's what's interesting about those styles on the basic intermediate. If you were to put those styles on and not play, or play the style as it starts, it usually comes up at a very slow tempo. Mellow comes up at about 80. Pop and country come up at about 110. Well, the song, Gentle in My Mind, is a faster song. But here's the trick. You take those styles and you double time them. So for example, this style here, listen. That style is actually at about 110 beats, 110 tempo. I sped it up to 200. And most people would think, whoa, 200's fast. But you don't hear it as 200. Listen. if you look on the tempo, it counts it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't be surprised that some rhythms, if you double time them and you hear the beat a lot slower, it'll actually work for that song. And you play it as you would see it. So 200 is as fast as the sound really isn't that fast. And you can do that for all of those styles. You'll also notice there's a guitar style under the Elite. You would do the same for that one as well. So you have options here to play it with those. Just remember this, if you put on one of those rhythm style choices and it's slow, you're going to speed it up to almost double time, but you'll still play it at the tempo that you need to play it at. It'll be fun to experiment with. Now, what's also fun, when I was playing that style, I actually figured out that, hey, that style works great for Folsom Prison Blues. Or if I play it a little slower, Dust in the Wind. So you can, what's really neat about these styles is that when they're designed for a song, you can also play it for another song. Let's do another one here. You should see on your screen Cabaret. Great hit, Broadway hit. Here's the recording. Kind of fun. And Barbara, it was fun watching you dance too. So there's the song Cabaret, and I don't have another video example of that one. But now, when you get this music that I'm also going to send to you, you're going to see these letters on there. All that means is they were presets that I put together for an instrument. So if you just want to play the song, don't worry about A1, A2. Don't go pushing A1, A2 on your instrument, because you may get some bland sounds. That was designed for some presets that I put together for that song, but that was my music. But as you can see on the screen, nice, good, clean, easy play music. It's a faster song. So I'm gonna encourage you to obviously to play this song at your speed. There's the third page. Let's go to the style choices. So if you have one of the Elite models, obviously there's a style called Cabaret. For the basic models, this is a lot of fun because if you take standards, which is on the SD, when you push standards, it automatically comes up to a style called swing time. Now, swing time on standards is typically about 120, 130. It's kind of a nice moderate tempo. You want to speed it up if you want to get it that fast. However, I caution you, play it at the tempo that works for you. Another style that I use a lot for Cabaret is the Frank and the Count style that most models have on the Lowry. On the Easy series, it's under the standards category, full band. I'm going to update this information so you have a little more details on this when I send it out tonight. Also, another great style, years ago when I played the song, before all these new styles came out, back in 2001, Vegas Big Band was introduced. That was the style that I actually used that with. And it comes up at a relatively fast tempo, but play it again at your speed. Now, you'll see at the bottom, I have 4 song choices. All of Me works great with those styles that you see on the screen. Lady is a Tramp is great for those styles. Sing, Sing, Sing. The reason why I mention this is you will find yourself sometimes, if you're playing a song, they work well with other songs, which means you can have some fun and create a little medley. Here's an interesting fact. This may happen to you. Bill Bailey is a song that I sometimes do as a medley with Cabaret. But here's the interesting thing. Sometimes I do it by mistake. If you listen to Cabaret in the beginning, listen to the melody. You could see that the melody starts off very similar. I have to tell you, there have been many times in concert where I play Cabaret and I do a solo and I come back and I mistakenly play Bill Bailey because the melodies are similar. And then once I'm partway through it, I can't go back and I continue on. And people will come up and say, hey, that was great. That was a great medley. I say, yeah, that was by accident, but I had to carry through with it. A lot of fun. So you could have some fun with these styles and find other song choices. Obviously, I could list off another 15 or 20 styles. We'll do one more here. You Don't Know Me. It's a great little hit. Here's a little quick recording. That's a beautiful piece there. There's the music to it. You'll see that now. Again, when you get the music, you're not going to have that picture in it. So you're going to get a couple of attachments. But there's the music. It's a 3-page song, very simple, easy to use. And here's another recording. Now, I did this one. That was on an Easy 10 when I was at the store the other day. And I'm going to just play that very quickly. It was done with an iPhone, so we'll see how the quality of the sound is. So that was done on the Easy 10. So let me just go to the last page here. Now, this one was kind of interesting. There's not a lot of other styles that work well with that song. If you listen to the way that song was counting, it's considered what a lot of people refer to as a triplet, a ballad triplet, which basically means it counts off as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which can also be counted as 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which surprisingly also can be counted as 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. So a lot of people get confused by that, but the best way, and you've heard this from many of our instructors, the best way to count out a rhythm is to feel it. Just kind of hear the beat. But it's a triplets. So I've got 2 styles on there. Your homework for the week is to look on your instrument and see if you have any other styles that are considered triplets. Now listen closely. I'll just play a very quick, short. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you hear? So you could see that's how the 6/8 counts. So somewhere in your instrument, you have at least one of those, 2, 3, in some cases, many more. Now, I have two styles up there that you either have one or both. So on the elite models, there's this actual style called You Don't Know Me. So obviously, if you use that, perfect. But virtually every organ, I'm going to say virtually every Lowry SD model has a triplets. If you listen to the 50s Love Ballad, which is the recording that you heard, that's considered a ballad triplet. It's a 50s ballad. Now, if you want to write this down, on the SDs, it's simply found by pressing the ballad button. Okay? On the Easy series, it's also found in the ballad. However, on the Easy 1 and the 2, they kind of trick you a little bit. It's found on the rock pianists. If you have any questions, email me. I had a couple questions come over yesterday that can be found. And of course, other song choices that work well with that is Ramblin' Rose, Can't Help Falling in Love. Any 50s ballad has that same feel of style of music. I can list off hundreds of styles. Your homework for the week is to go home and go on your instrument and find I'm trying to escape out of the screen here. Give me a second. There we go. Find ballad triplets. So anyway, those were just 3 songs. I want to thank you very much for attending today. Before we sign off, there's a couple things I want to tell you. I'm going to email all of the information that I sent you on the PowerPoint today. It'll be updated to have a little more specific information. I will also send you an email. In that same email, there'll be a separate attachment for the music. So you'll have that. If you have any questions, email me. I'm going to do the same thing next week. You'll notice on the email that I sent out for these updates and the ones that I sent, at the bottom of that email, it says follow us on Facebook. In the very, very near future, I'm going to start experimenting with Facebook Live. My daughter, she's part of a group, a local church here that they do special functions and things and for special needs. And obviously they can't have group gatherings. So on their Facebook, they use Zoom for their services, but they also use Facebook Live. And every now and then I'll get a pop-up on my phone that says so-and-so is live, and she can very easily participate. She loves participating with them and misses it. And it's a way for her to be connected. Now, here's the beauty of that. If you press like on Facebook and you get an update for Facebook Live, even if you're not able to attend that Facebook Live session, it records it and staves it on there so you can always go back and view it. So I have this vision of getting all of our talented staff members involved where we can do something where they can do a quick little recording or concert performance or quick little, it could be a quick little education. I just have all sorts of ideas, but the best thing you could do is go on our Facebook page. You can do that by clicking on the link in the email, or it's real simple, facebook.com/Fletcher Music Centers. And just press like, and then you'll get notified if we ever do a live. Plus, I might send you an email. So we're going to be doing that in the near future. Lastly, if you noticed last night, I sent an email out. It's a little demo on the Discovery 3. We're all blessed to have instruments in our home, but some of our neighbors or friends may not have that in their life. We can still, if there's someone interested, or you think someone should have music in their life, we can still deliver. We've actually had, in the last 10 days, our company delivered 3 beginners models because people knew they were going to be stuck at home a lot and they wanted something to do, and they got a beginners model in their home. So that you'll see that there's a separate email that brings you to a YouTube page where you can actually there's a quick 6-minute demo on the Discovery 3 and how easy it is, and a phone number they can contact if there's any interest. So if you see that email again and you know somebody you think, forward that email. Lastly, speaking of YouTube, I've got a Fletcher Music Centers YouTube channel that I'm just starting. Just going to have some of these things are going to be on it. I'm going to put these little demos on it, what have you. So look for that, subscribe to that. So if you ever see a video or a demo or something like we've done today, it'll be up on that YouTube channel. So anything that we can do while we're kind of stuck at home that we can give you in the meantime to stay connected, we're going to keep it out there for you. So again, I want to thank you for attending today. Thank you for all that you do. And what I'm going to do here is I've got about 5 minutes on my time limit. I'm going to just stay on for a few more minutes. If you guys want to join and say goodbye, I'm just going to stay until most of you get by.
Yay.
Hopefully it was worth it today. Hey there, young lady.
That's great. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed, but I'm just going to stay on. That's you on dancing around. All right. I don't care if you speak now, but if you just want to say a little goodbye, shout out. If you have anything that you think would be helpful next time around, again, this is a work in progress. So, you know, this was the first time this week. Yesterday, I was told the sound sounded pretty decent on the other end. Clement, we've got to figure out what you did. I can't hear you.
Robert?
Let me unmute Clement here.
Okay, Clem.
Where did Clement go?
I know. Can you hear me, Robert?
I can't hear you. Who's that? Scooter?
That's Scooter. Yeah. Hey, up at the top of the screen, there's a thing there. I think he probably had it muted in there. I tried to text it out to people to undo it that way, but there was a way for us to mute you, and I bet you he was muted up there.
Well, you want to mute me. Well, not mute. You want to mute from the sound being in. Clement,
Yes.
did you hear anything today?
I heard everything except the very first piece you played.
Oh, okay. So you got it going. Or you're getting to be an expert. Linda, you made it.
Oh.
I spell that word.
Now we hear you.
All right.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Robert?
I
Yeah.
don't know where my
I had problems getting in, so I got the end of your thing. You're recording this from the beginning?
I am recording this. I don't know what the quality will be like, but you will get it. And you'll also get it in an email. I'm going to send the information out, the PowerPoint today in an email as well. So I'm going to try to get you all that tonight, and then you'll be able to have it. This is just the first time around, so, you know, at least we got some of the bugs worked out. We'll do it again next week. We'll change it up. I'll switch it up for people, but I'm going to try to keep it as friendly as possible so that everyone, regardless of the instrument you have, you can participate. So
The sound was excellent, and thank you so much for thinking of us.
Marshall Butler to everyone. Thank you very much.
Robert.
The class was
thank
great.
you, Bonnie.
It sounded great.
Thanks,
This
Robert.
is the first class I've had since Fletcher was left.
Bye-bye.
Lonnie Smith
Be
has
safe.
Bye now.
Bye.
I'm going
Bye.
to stay on until
Let
you
us
go away
know
or
if it's
until
gonna
they
be the
tell me
same
my
time
time. I
next
got
week.
2 minutes to
Bye.
say. I feel
Thank
like a
you.
flight attendant. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you for joining.
Judith Bixler has left the meeting.
Thanks,
Clement,
Robert.
you're a pro.
Serena Kay has left the meeting.
Bye, Octavia. Bye, Octavia.
Jerry has left the meeting.
Thanks.
Bye, Al. I see all your
Chrissy
names
has
on
left the
here.
meeting.
Some of
Thank
you
you.
are Incognito.
Hey, Robert.
Pam Crick has left the meeting.
Robert, if you are doing 2 of these, have you considered splitting it up and doing the first one with basic and the second one advanced?
I've thought
Has
of
left the
doing
meeting.
50 different things.
Okay.
But what happened was I got this bright idea a couple of weeks ago, and I kept telling John, I said, I got to do this. And then a week ago, I just did it. And I said, I'm doing it. And then I had a week to prepare. And the trick was, you know, if I had a camera and correct sound equipment and organ, I could think of a workshop in 5 minutes and do it no problem. But putting together PowerPoint and recordings, that took me virtually all week to prepare that. But so that's why, again, it's a work in progress. It's going to get better as we go. So be patient.
It sounded good.
God,
Thank you
there.
for your
It
effort.
sounded great.
Great.
Got any idea?
So just keep in mind, it's a work in progress. Be patient.
Robert, will it be the same time next week?
Same time next week.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
I'm
then
getting my
I'm-
warning that I've got less than a minute, so I'm going to sign off and say goodbye. If you have any questions,
later.
email me. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
He just